They banned my chickens from the ranch, so I got a peacock that screams at 5 a.m. Karen stood on her porch, the Wyoming wind tugging at her braid, as she stared at the eviction notice nailed to her gate. The ranch committee led by Tom Hargrove and his smug deputy, Lila Kent, had banned her chickens, claiming they disturbed the peace. Karen's flock of 6 hens, her pride since moving to this sprawling community 2 years ago, were gone, rehomed without her consent. The betrayal burned. She wasn't just fighting for her birds. This was about control, about silencing her voice in a place she dared to call home. That night, she made a vow. If they wanted noise, she'd give them a spectacle. By morning, she'd driven 3 hours to buy a peacock named Apollo, whose screech could wake the devil himself. At 5 a.m., his screams tore through the ranch like a banshee's wail. Let them complain now, she thought, smirking. The war had begun. Tom, a grizzled rancher with a temper, stormed to her property that day, Lila at his side, her clipboard trembling with indignation. "Karen, this is madness," Tom roared, pointing at Apollo, who strutted defiantly. "You're disrupting everyone." Karen crossed her arms, her voice sharp. "You took my chickens. You don't get to dictate what I keep now." Lila's eyes narrowed. "There are rules, Karen. You're tearing this community apart." The standoff grew louder, neighbors gathering, whispers turning to shouts. Karen felt a thrill finally. They saw her. But the thrill masked a gnawing fear. Was she pushing too far? Days bled into weeks, and Apollo's cries became the ranch's anthem. Sleep-deprived ranchers glared at Karen in the feed store. Her mailbox overflowed with hate notes. Yet she held firm, feeding Apollo by hand, his iridescent feathers glinting like armor. She wasn't alone, though. A quiet widower, Amos, started stopping by, his soft drawl calming her rage. "Folks don't like change," he said, tossing Apollo a grape. "But you've got grit." Karen softened, unaware Amos was hiding something a secret that would flip her world. One night, a town hall meeting was called. Tom proposed a new rule. No exotic animals, effective immediately. The crowd cheered, but Karen's blood boiled. She stood, voice shaking. "You stole my chickens, my livelihood, my peace. Now you want my peacock? Where's the justice?" Murmurs rippled. Lila, poised, countered, "This is about unity, not your ego." The room split half, saw Karen as a rebel, half a menace. Then Amos stood, shocking everyone. "I've been quiet too long," he said, his voice steady. "I'm the one who reported her chickens. I was tired, grieving, wanted silence. I was wrong." Gasps filled the room. Karen's heart sank. Amos, her ally, had betrayed her first? He continued, eyes on her. "But this feud's gone too far. Karen's fighting for her place here, same as us all. Can't we find a middle ground?" The twist stung, but it shifted the air. Some nodded, others wavered. Karen, raw and exposed, saw her own stubbornness reflected in Amos's regret. The vote was close, but the rule passed. Apollo had to go. Karen drove him to a sanctuary the next day, tears blurring the road. The ranch fell silent, but the cost was heavy. Her neighbors avoided her. Amos left flowers at her gate, but she couldn't face him. She'd won her rebellion but lost her place in the community she'd fought for. The peacock's screams echoed in her dreams, a reminder of her defiance and its price. Karen sat on her porch, staring at the empty yard, wondering if standing tall was worth standing alone. What do you think was Karen's fight for justice worth the cost? Or did her defiance fracture the community beyond repair?